Hundreds of protesters, among them construction workers and members of the far right, have been met by dozens of police in riot gear and mounted on horses around Melbourne's CBD for a second day of protests against a state government COVID-19 vaccination mandate. Chanting, "Every day. Every day," the group arrived at the State Parliament building on Tuesday afternoon after moving from the offices of the construction union, the CFMEU. Protesters set off flares and fireworks as they marched up Swanston Street. Rubber bullets were also fired at the angry mob. A news crew was assaulted in the process. 7 Network reporter Paul Dasley said he was grabbed by the throat and a cameraman was thrown to the ground. He was later assaulted with a can of drink thrown at his head. "I've been grabbed around the neck today, I've had urine tipped on me, now I've had a can of energy drink thrown on me," Dasley said in a live cross following the assault. Riot squad members, supported by the mounted branch, had warned the group to stay back and fired some rubber bullets into the crowd, while empty bottles and cans were thrown back at police. The crowd then walked towards the police line with hands raised chanting "You serve us." Not long before they started marching from near the CFMEU office in the morning. Police had told them to back down and leave. "Attention, this is a police public order warning. You have previously been directed to leave." An officer inside a line of riot police and officers on horseback told the crowd. "Leave now or force may be used. No further warnings will be given." The group were chanting F*** the jab, F*** of Premier Dan Andrews, among other expletives, and were blocked from accessing the CFMEU by a line of Victoria police officers. Sally McManus, Secretary of the Australian Council of Trade Unions, said there were extremists among those in the crowd spreading misinformation and lies about the vaccine to further their own ends. She said a strong government public health campaign was needed to counter that messaging. Union leaders and the trade union movement in Australia will not be intimidated around this issue, and certainly not by these people. "We will not," she told ABC News. On Monday, riot police were called in to disperse a group of about 500 protesters, who threw bottles at the Victorian Construction Branch Secretary John Setka and smashed the office's door down. Mr. Setka on Tuesday said the protesters were not all CFMEU members and blamed neo-Nazis and right-wing extremists for hijacking the event. There was a small minority of construction workers. Some of them, when it all got violent, just walked away from it. It was hijacked by the professional protesters, Mr. Setka told ABC Radio National on Tuesday morning. He said the CFMEU was pro-vax but had always supported freedom of choice regarding vaccination. Mr. Setka urged the Victorian government to tackle misinformation about the COVID-19 vaccine. Former union leader and federal member for Maribyrnong Bill Shorten said he believed a group of professional troublemakers were to blame for Monday's shocking violence. "I never thought I would see a scene where you have people who call themselves Nazis using encrypted message systems to bring in a rent-a crowd," he told the 9 Network on Tuesday. "Some of those people I'm reliably informed were fake tradies. There is a network of hard right man-baby Nazis, just people who just want to cause trouble, these man-babies. They want to complain about vaccinations." Construction shutdown. On Monday night, the state government announced the construction industry would be shut down for 2 weeks in metropolitan Melbourne, City of Ballarat, City of Greater Geelong, Surf Coast Shire and Mitchell Shire. All worksites will need to demonstrate compliance with health directions prior to reopening. This includes a requirement for workers to show evidence of having had at least 1 dose of a vaccine before they return to work on the 5th of October. Only critical infrastructure, including hospitals and ongoing level crossing removal works, will continue during the shutdown, giving time for the workforce to get vaccinated. "We've been clear, if you don't follow the rules, we won't hesitate to take action. We have seen widespread non-compliance across the industry, and that's why we are taking necessary steps to protect every single Victorian," Industrial Relations Minister Tim Palla said in a statement. "We put the industry on notice just a week ago. We have seen appalling behaviour on site and on our streets, and now we are acting decisively and without hesitation." Victoria announced recorded 603 new locally acquired COVID-19 cases and 1 death on Tuesday. There are now 403 cases directly linked to construction, Health Minister Martin Foley said, from 186 worksites.